Hello mountain bikers and welcome back to your favorite gear show. If you currently find yourselves in the Northern Hemisphere, the riding season is in full swing here, which hopefully means you're enjoying some time off work and on the bike. We've been riding a ton lately and we've been keeping ourselves busy testing the latest and greatest gear to keep you rolling long into those warm summer nights. We've got a multi-tool, a pump, a riding pack and some new tire inserts to talk you through today. But before we get into the reviews, time for our customary industry news roundup with a month in a minute. Let's dive in. It's been a busy month for SRAM. First of all, their new Eagle transmission technology has now trickled down to the GX level. We still wouldn't call it affordable, but it certainly does perform at a very high level. Check the full review on our website for more. RockShox just dropped 2 forks as well, the all-new Boxer with 38mm stanchions, and the all-new SID with updated damping and air springs. Ibis has just introduced the all-new HD6, which offers 165mm of travel, a mixed wheel configuration, and new rider-centric sizing. Norco's Fluid FS alloy was our bike of the year in 2022, and they've now introduced a carbon version of that same bike, which saves 600 grams of weight in the front triangle. Direct sales brand Rossignol has updated their 140mm mandate with complete builds ranging from $2,499 to $4,699 US. Alchemy has added 5mm of travel to its Arctos 125 and 140 bikes, in line with what their customers were asking for. Privateer has dropped a new pump track and dirt jump bike, available as frame only for $549 US or as a complete build for $1,299 US. We Are One Composites is making a limited edition production run of its 130, 152 and 170mm travel arrival bikes. Get in quick if you want one. Norco has shared some shots of a new alloy DH sled with a high pivot idler layout. Specialized has redesigned their iconic P-series of dirt jumpers with wheel size options covering everything from 20 inches to 27.5. Fox Racing's Union is one of our new favorite flat pedal shoes, and now there's a canvas version if you want to change up your style a bit as well. On the topic of style, 510 has introduced a Brad Sims signature colorway of their Sleuth DLX. 100% has updated their R-Core X downhill apparel collection with 2 new limited edition colorways for 2023. Hunt just dropped 2 new wheel sets, the Alloy XC Wide wheel set, which weighs in at 1,693 grams for the pair, and the super light carbon proven XCUD that tips the scales at a scant 1,254 grams for the pair. OneUp has applied the patented oval shape from their carbon handlebar to an alloy version, and they've also released a new direct mount stem for all you dual crown aficionados. To complete your cockpit with a grip that really fits your hand, OneUp has also just dropped the all-new thick and thin grips, providing 2 different diameters to suit your preferences. Liv just dropped the all-new Rail half-shell helmet, equipped with a MIPS air node liner that combines rotational impact mitigation with lightweight comfort. And to conclude this news section, E13 just dropped the new Helix E-Spec race cranks for any motor system presenting an ISIS drive spindle. So much new stuff! And we're not done yet. Time to jump into the reviews. First up, a new tire insert from CushCore. The latest offering from CushCore targets the all-mountain and trail markets with an insert that slots in between their Pro and XC inserts. The new shape offers progressive sidewall support that builds the harder you push. Small cutouts along the outer edges of the insert allow for more flex than their traditional inserts, and small ribs throughout the rim bed interface shave a bit of weight. The profile is shorter than the original, allowing for a larger air volume within the tire, and features small cutouts for valve stems that allow for better airflow when filling the tire. The trail inserts are designed around 22 to 35mm internal width rims, 2.1 to 2.6 inch tires, come in 27.5, 29 inch or mixed wheel options, and should cover just about any combination you want to run on an enduro or trail bike setup. The 29-inch inserts we tested weighed in at 212 grams each, for 48 grams of weight savings compared to the Pro inserts. Installation was easier than our previous experiences thanks to the smaller profile. The inserts easily slot into the rim bed and settle in without much effort. Tucking the bead of the tire between the insert and into the rim proved to be easy up until the last bit, as usual with these types of inserts. A few of CushCore's special tools helped get past this bit, most notably the bead buddy, which latches onto a spoke and hooks into the rim's bead to allow for the use of a tire lever without the tire bead slipping back out of place. The tire lever provided by CushCore also proved helpful. It is non-abrasive to keep from puncturing the rim tape. Testing conditions at Sunrise Park Resort in Arizona were super loose and rocky after a recent enduro race. We spent the first half of the day without the inserts and the second half with them installed. Tires were set up with lower pressure than in the first half of the day to see if the benefits of the inserts were noticeable against a tire that was more prone to folding. On trail, the difference in tire pressure was very obvious, but not in the way we are used to. Usually, a decrease in pressure would result in more tire squirm from high input situations, but in this case, we felt an increase in stability out of the tires when changing direction quickly. As expected, looser sections felt more grippy within the first few turns, and square edge hits felt notably smoother with a more supple tire and a ramp up in support when hitting square edges that would normally contact the rim. The super loose and unpredictable conditions were much less intimidating the second half of the day. It felt easier to hold the line through rubble on rail, and the additional rim protection encouraged carrying more momentum through sections, regardless of line choice. Looks like CushCore did their homework with this one. Those inserts are great, but sometimes you'll still put a hole in your tire, not to mention the myriad of other things that can go wrong on a bike while out on a ride. The Swiss tubeless experts at milKit have recently expanded their product range with the addition of the Hasselhoff, a tool system designed to be able to deal with most on-trail emergencies. Let's take a closer look. The Hasselhoff offers over 20 functions in one sleek and compact case. The case can be mounted in several different positions on your bike, depending on your needs and the space available in the frame. There's also a strap included that can be used to carry additional items like a pump or an inner tube. The Hasselhoff was designed to offer quick access to the tools, starting with the innovative Daysaver multi-tool, 8 bits integrated into one single wrench. The bits cover all the usual sizes found on a mountain bike, and a magnetic holder on the top of the case can help you hold on to those loose bits while you work on your bike. Next in line, a tire lever that also holds the chain breaker. The chain breaker works with the 3mm Allen key of the Daysaver tool and also includes a spoke wrench as well as a Presta valve core removal tool. Just beneath the tire lever, we find a small container for your tubeless plugs with a tiny pair of clippers on one side, ideal for trimming the plugs after you insert them in your tire. The top end of the case holds the tire plug tool itself, used to push the plug into the hole. On the trail, we were won over by the ease of use of the Hasselhoff. All the tools and functions are easy to access, and they do their job as intended. Of course, a multi-tool is never going to be as comfortable as your favorite workshop tools, but the Hasselhoff tools are nice to work with. The Daysaver wrench is big enough to provide proper leverage, and the tire lever chain breaker combo is easy to manipulate. Sure enough, the smaller items are a bit tricky to keep track of on the side of the trail, but the addition of a magnetic holder for any bits you're not using was a clever idea. The tool itself also uses magnets to hold everything in place when you put it back together again. All in all, if you're looking for a multi-tool that can be easily stored on your bike and that includes pretty much all the tools you might need to repair your bike when out and about, the Hasselhoff is a good choice. The sleek form factor and the low weight mean that you'll hardly know it's there until you need it. Tire inserts and a multi-tool are a great way to make sure that you can deal with most on-trail emergencies. But it's probably a good idea to pack a pump as well, especially for longer rides. But what if you want something a little bit bigger and easier to use than a traditional mini pump? The new Klic HV Mini Floor Pump from Crankbrothers might be the answer. The new HV Mini Floor Pump builds on Crankbrothers' existing line of Klic pumps, which offer a small external hose that is stored in the handle and clicks into place with a magnetic lock when you need to use it. The external hose is intended to make it a bit easier to pump up your tire without putting any side load on the valve like a traditional hand pump can do. The hose is equipped with a pump head that can deal with both Presta and Schrader valves by inversing the rubber insert in the head, and there's a rotating cover on the pump body that protects the hose connection when the pump is stored. A fold-out stand and a rubber base are there to allow you to use this pump like a floor pump, after rotating the handle by 90 degrees. On the trail, we found the new pump easy to use and quite efficient at pumping up your tires. It won't provide enough of a burst to reseat a stubborn tubeless speed, but it is easy to action the pump and it will inflate even a big mountain bike tire quite quickly. The pump head can be a bit finicky, so you have to make sure you place the pump in such a way as not to put any pressure on the hose, but other than this little quirk, the Klic HV Mini Floor Pump will make a great addition to your riding pack if you get frustrated with the smaller options out there. It's a little bit too big to fit into a hip pack, but will slip easily into a regular riding pack. Speaking of riding packs, did you ever wish you had a hip pack that could transform itself into a regular riding pack? Maybe not, but that didn't stop Specialized and Swedish outdoor specialist Fjällräven from coming up with a pack that does just that. Fjällräven, yeah, that's how you say it, has been around since 1960, when it got started making backpacks for trekking. You're probably already familiar with the iconic Konken series of backpacks that first saw the light in 1978 and is still being produced and sold the world over today. Much more recently, Fjällräven has teamed up with Specialized to produce a series of packs and apparel aimed mainly at the urban crowd, but this expandable hip pack caught our eye, so we decided to test it in a mountain biking scenario. The pack looks like a regular hip pack at first, but it hides a secret. The top flap can be unfolded to reveal a whole backpack. Simply roll out the top and attach the shoulder straps, and your small hip pack turns into a much more sizable backpack. Of course, the back area is not as stiff and supportive as on a regular backpack, but the fabric used for the back panel is of the sturdier variety and provides enough support when coupled with the stiff back panel of the hip pack portion. The hip pack offers the usual 2 to 3 liters of storage with a couple of tool holders to keep things organized inside. There are 2 elastic nets that can hold a water bottle each. The 2 parts of the pack are divided by a drawstring-equipped panel that can be configured to split the pack in 2 or turn it into one big interior compartment. There's a separate divider that can hold a hydration bladder as well, and a clever 2-way elastic strap system to allow you to easily manipulate the top opening. In action, the pack works well in both configurations. As a hip pack, it can hold pretty much the usual contents, and it is stable enough on the trail not to be a nuisance, even when fully loaded. It's not quite as comfortable as a full-blown hip pack like the Evoc Pro 3, for example, mainly due to the narrow waist strap, but it gets the job done. Same story when used in full backpack mode. It's not as stable or as comfortable as a regular riding pack, but it is very light and it actually does a surprisingly good job of holding your stuff in place. All in all, if you do have the need for a pack that can do double duty like this, we'd say the execution is good and the pack is worth the money. Okay then, that's the end of the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, happy trails.